Today I'm in front of the largest abortion facility in the Western Hemisphere, the infamous 78,000 square foot Planned Parenthood just behind me in Houston, Texas, where I live. It is now closing, thank God, after 19 years of 40 Days for Life outside. And that is truly remarkable when you look at the victories we've had in the pro-life movement, the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the defunding of Planned Parenthood, the recent closing of the flagship Planned Parenthood in Manhattan on Margaret Sanger Way. They just announced that was closing a couple of months ago, and now you have their largest facility in the world closing. This place at one point did abortions through all 24 weeks when it was legal in the state of Texas. They averaged about 6,000 or 7,000 abortions per year. The wonderful Houston Coalition for Life had a bus out here to offer medical alternatives. There were thousands of babies saved at this location, and there were tens of thousands of babies killed at this location. And thank God it is finally closing. This is one of the largest victories in the history of 40 Days for Life, and certainly one of the largest victories in the history of the pro-life movement. When I placed myself back here 10, 15, even 20 years ago when it was a bank and they remodeled it and Planned Parenthood bought it under another name, and we led a few boycotts of some of the contractors that were working on the building. We just did everything possible to delay its opening, and we're successful in delaying it a little bit, but ultimately it opened and really became just a very dark place to be. Just its size, the number of abortions they were doing, it just seemed like it would never close, and now it is closing this fall. And so we cannot be more grateful. And when you look at what's going on in the pro-life movement right now, the reason this, and there were 4 abortion facilities in the state of, 4 Planned Parenthoods in the state of California, where we had 40 Days for Life campaigns that recently closed. We saw recent closures in Ohio. We've seen closures in the most pro-abortion states, including 6 closures in the last year just in the state of New York. So this is all really, really good news. There is a myth out there that it doesn't matter because the abortion pills are being shipped everywhere, you know, and they're being passed out like Skittles. And that is not the case. Number one, a lot of states are regulating or trying to regulate abortion pills. And one thing that most people don't understand is that 80% of all abortion pills are distributed through brick and mortar. So these Planned Parenthoods closing is significant, and it also shows that the apex mountain of abortion pills, which is probably last year when they went up to around 78% of all abortions, and now they're starting to drop down to about 68% of all abortions. Abortion pills are the battle, they are the future, but they're not an overwhelming mountain. This seemed like it was when it was being put up, and when Planned Parenthood acquired this building, it seemed like an overwhelming mountain that can never be climbed, and now it's closing, and abortion pills are the same. So these closures are good news for the pro-life movement. We need to continue to get to work, because what is happening and what is a underestimated problem are new abortion facilities being built, and that is the case. The demand for 40 Days for Life has been an all-time high since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, but we still have not gotten to the point where we see a lot of abortion facilities closing, you know, and losing cities because of that reason. It's the best reason to lose a city for 40 Days for Life, but we have still gained so many cities from new locations and new facilities. Recently, there was an announcement about now I think it will be the new largest abortion facility in the United States being built in Illinois. We will have 40 Days for Life outside of that new late-term abortion facility when it opens. So they are building new abortion facilities, and abortion pills are being distributed through these places more than anywhere else. 80% of all chemical abortions are done through these brick and mortar sites. So we will continue. We have applications open for 40 Days for Life. We reopened them in celebration of the defunding of Planned Parenthood. And so we continue to add cities for this fall. But know that no matter where you live, you can end abortion. It's being done in Washington State. It's being done in California. It's being done in New York. It doesn't matter. This is market driven for Planned Parenthood, and for us that means that if we focus on hearts and we focus on minds and we offer free medical alternatives and work with our wonderful friends in the pregnancy resource movement, we can save lives. And when you save a baby, you hurt the bottom line of a local abortion facility, and if you save enough of them and you turn enough women away, they will close. And so this is high tide right now for the pro-life movement. It's not time to sit back and celebrate. It is time to give praise to God for these victories, but it's time to put our foot on the gas. That is exactly what we're doing at 40 Days for Life. I'm going to ask for your prayers this weekend. We will train a record number of new leaders at our Leader Symposium, which will be hosted here in Houston, Texas. And over the next few weeks and months, we will train a record number of new 40 Days for Life leaders because the demand for 40 Days for Life is at an all-time high in post-Roe America. So pray for our team, pray for our local leaders, and pray that we continue to trust God, that as the abortion industry seemed like Goliath and was Goliath, but it was the version where Goliath wins. I felt that a lot on these sidewalks, and too often forgot that David actually wins, and this closing represents that. The New York closing represents that. The defunding of Planned Parenthood represents that, and your faith in God should represent that when you go out to peacefully pray at your local abortion facility in a post-Roe America. Know that if this place can close, if Manhattan can close, then your facility can close if you trust God to do just that. God bless you.